Q3 revenue guidance, that was coming in at $697 million to $701 million. That's also higher than the street. Full year guidance raised.
You want me to calm down when I see that? I can't calm down. I need to calm down. U.S. government revenue grew 24% year over year, 8% on a sequential basis. Revenue grew 27%. How many companies in the world in this environment are growing revenues at a 27% clip? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for this conference call. With Carp on the call. Howdy folks, welcome in. Hello everybody on the live stream. Oh, it's going to be a busy one today, folks. Because, I mean, Palantir, I love Palantir. Obviously, they got the AI excitement behind them that should last for a long time, right? An AIP foundry. They got a very sticky business model, obviously. They have really nice growth. That growth could be accelerating. And then they got the government side of the business, you know, with all the conflicts going on around the world. At the end of the day, that can definitely benefit Palantir's that side of the business. So I like the Palantir setup here.
It's not a pretty afternoon. Let's talk some Palantir. They're going to report after the bell. Tough day for that.
Cheers.
Shares were down as much as 7% this morning. They've reversed course. What do you want to try to get ahead of this one? What do you do here? Yeah,
I think Palantir long term is a category leader in AI. It's the only company that's really actually making money, whose demand whose product is very much demanded by corporate America, and therefore I absolutely think it's a long-term buy. But again, I would scale into this position now.
Scale in.
All right, Boris, thanks very much.
Thank you, Boris. Good man.
The Dow off more than 1,000 points, as you see there.
Oh, it's a fun day.
Step right away.
Oh man, it's been so boring for a while, but it's getting so fun now. Oh, we love the action, don't we? I mean, that's the thing as a long-term investor, everybody's got to understand. Most of the time as a long-term investor, it's going to be boring. And it should be boring. And that's perfectly fine. But every once in a while, maybe every few years, it gets very exciting. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of deals. And we're going through one of those time periods right now, folks. We're in one of those time periods right now. And you gotta just appreciate it when you're going through it. Because it doesn't stay like that forever, right? Then things eventually bottom. Everybody's bearish. Everybody's like, oh, it's the end of the world, right? And then the market starts moving up. Everybody's like, this is a fake rally. And then it just keeps moving up. And then the market just gets more and more boring the more it moves up, because slowly bears leave their side. They go more bullish or more neutral. And it just kind of gets boring over time, right? Which is there's nothing wrong with being boring. You make a lot of money when things are boring. I'm sure being the CEO of Amazon might be boring a lot of days, right? But shit, you make a lot of money. And that's the stock market, and that's perfectly fine. But every once in a while, you go through these time periods when it's a lot of action out there and it's a lot of fun, and you just gotta enjoy it when you're going through it, man. You gotta enjoy it when you're going through it.
Okay. Well, speaking of earnings, we're starting to get earnings right now. And the first one we'll bring you is Palantir. Those results are out. It was a beat and a raise for Palantir, the AI software company, reporting earnings of 9 cents per share. That was a penny better than estimates, up 80% year on year. Revenue of $678 million, also better than estimates for $652 million. Q3 revenue guidance, that was coming in at $697 million to $701 million. That's also higher than the street. Full year guidance raised $2.74 to $2.75 billion, with adjusted operating income from operations, U.S. commercial revenue, and adjusted free cash flow all also raised for the year. Now, for Q2 specifically, U.S. commercial revenue, that was up 55% year on year to $159 million, better than expectations. U.S. commercial customer count up 83% to 295 customers. A reacceleration in U.S. government revenue as well, 24% year on year, 8% sequentially to $278 million. And Palantir closed in all 27 deals over $10 million in Q2. Now, CEO and co-founder Alex Karp telling me the results indicate to the market that, quote, yes, AI is valuable. Yes, you can stick by the West is superior, and then you can organize your business around that, and you can make money and do very well, which is what no one believed. On geopolitics, Palantir is a software prime contractor. He calls the environment, quote, really crazy dangerous, saying, quote, moving this into a safer position is going to be forcing our adversaries to understand we're serious and we have methods and means that they don't have. Now, on commercial growth, Palantir's AIP boot camps continue, but Karp telling me, quote, our serious customers want to move so quickly into production, we can't do as many. On whether winners and losers in AI are already emerging, this is certainly something the market is debating right now. Karp saying, quote, very few people have figured out how to do this in a way that is financially viable, meaning the people providing it become profitable. I mean, the single most important number for our Palantir AI narrative is that we're profitable and the revenues are going up. Bottom line, as investors debate how and when all of this investment in AI will pay off, for Palantir, it already is, with another very strong quarter across the board. And you can see shares bucking today's trend, up more than 18% right now. Shifting gears, a little bit of pun intended. Lucid results are out. Philabo has those
Fuck
numbers
Lucid.
still.
You don't get fucked by Lucid.
Morgan, in
Piece
the
of
second
shit
quarter,
company.
this is a wider than expected loss from Lucid.
No, we don't care.
29 cents a share.
We don't care about fucking Lucid. Just keep talking about Palantir. Woo, baby. Smoking them. Smoking them. Oh, baby. All right. Woo. I gotta calm down. I gotta calm down. Okay. Here we go. Here we go, baby. Woo! Oh, yeah. Let me calm down. As soon as I try to calm down, I see U.S. commercial revenue grew fucking 55% year over year. How am I supposed to calm down when I see that shit? Oh my gosh. Ah, you want me to calm down when I see that? I can't calm down. I need to calm down. U.S. government revenue grew 24% year over year, 8% on a sequential basis. Revenue grew 27%. How many companies in the world in this environment are growing revenues at a 27% clip? Oh my gosh. Like, most companies are having struggled, like, growing revenue at all right now. And Palantir's like, oh, what? Consumers bad? Oh, what? All this crap's going on? Oh, yeah, our revenue was up 27%, by the way. Oh, imagine what Palantir would be doing if, like, we were in good times right now. Like, what? Close 27 deals over 10 mil? Come on, man. Flip my flapjacks. Oh, my gosh. U.S. commercial count grew 83% year over year. Do you know what that means for future revenue? You haven't even seen it all yet. Oh, baby. Adjusted operating income, 254 mil. GAAP operating income, 105 mil, 16% margin. GAAP net income, 134 mil. Woo! Oh my gosh, baby. Go beyond chat into production. We're focused on taking our customers across the chasm. From prototype to production. Since launching AIP in mid-2023, we've completed AIP boot camps with 1,025 plus organizations in the United States and around the world. This is from AARP. Foundry and AIP have been terrific for us. We launched the first prototype within 45 days. This was just amazing from my perspective. Oh, I'm so happy I was buying Palantir stock today. Oh my gosh. Was anybody else buying Palantir stock today? I'm so flipping flapjack and happy about this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy. Oh man. Woo! Make sure you guys subscribe. If you've got Amazon Prime, you get a free subscription here. Twitch won't show you ads on my channel. By creating alert systems, demand forecasting, inventory controls, and so on, this transformative result is an impressive annual cost reduction of $9 million within just 3 months. Oh, I can't wait for this conference call. I can't wait for this freaking conference call. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for this conference call. With Karp on the call. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh, this is going to be fun. Prototype to production, accelerating U.S. commercial customer journey. Large wholesale insurance brokerage firm, 16 days to 7 figures, 2 years. 25 days to paid pilot and conversion. Oh, man. You know, that's the thing, like the sales cycle for Palantir, and I've been trying to explain this the last long bit of time. So anyways, back to the sales cycle. This is something I've been trying to explain for probably a year now. AIP helped bring the sales cycle time down massively. So essentially, now Palantir can sell to a customer much more quickly. The one bad thing you used to be able to say about Palantir is the sales cycle so long. It takes them forever to sell a product. From the time somebody reaches out to Palantir to actually doing a deal could take 6 months, a year, 2 years. No, Palantir could break that time. You could get Palantir and they could show you how it can work for you, and you could be signed up for Palantir within a month, right? Maybe even less than that. It's a big difference. So they got these great examples here of Palantir helping different companies. And the thing with Palantir is the companies are just getting more and more impressive as time's ticking on here about, who's Palantir's working with. In Q2, Palantir signed a new 5-year, $480 million contract with the Chief Digital and Artificial Intelligence Office to scale AI and ML capabilities across the U.S. Department of Defense, deploying mission manager infrastructure for Big Ten software integration. Financials, U.S. commercial revenue, 55% up year over year, plus 6% on a quarter-over-quarter basis. So business is accelerating not only on a year-over-year basis, but also on a quarter-over-quarter basis, which is really positive to see. 83% year-over-year U.S. commercial customer count. This, guys, is going to translate into very large long-term revenues as the U.S. commercial business pulls up more and more and more. U.S. commercial count up 13% on a quarter-over-quarter basis. What an incredible number. U.S. commercial remaining deal value, oh my gosh. That might be the most impressive number of everything. Right here, guys. U.S. commercial remaining deal value up 103% year over year. Of everything we've seen, that might be the pinnacle, the big one. Oh, baby. U.S. commercial remaining deal value was up 11% quarter over quarter. U.S. commercial deals closed 123. U.S. commercial deals closed on a year over year basis, 98%. 9x, 3-year U.S. commercial customer count growth, 9x. U.S. commercial total customer value, 262 mil. That's 152% up year over year in terms of U.S. commercial total contract value. Wow. Now I'm kind of feeling this might actually be the most impressive number I've seen. 152% year over year U.S. commercial total contract value up. Oh, look at the GAAP net income. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Knock, knock. Who's at your door? It's GAAP net income. We're going up, baby. Look at that move. I mean, you go back to Q1 2023, 16 mil, then 28 mil, then 71 mil, 93 mil, 105 mil, 134 mil. Wow. I'm really curious. Oh, they got this guy on. I'm really curious how big this move's going to be tomorrow. If this conference, guys, listen, if this conference call goes well, we'll hit a 30 tomorrow. I'm telling you right now, if this conference call goes, if this is a banger conference call, because we got banger numbers. If we go banger numbers, banger conference call, 30 tomorrow. Call it now. We'll see how the conference call goes. But if we get it, folks, we're going 30 tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how this conference call goes here in just a bit. By the way, let me see what time this conference call starts at, because I want to make sure I don't miss it. Okay, perfect. At 2. Perfect. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Okay. Hey, it's Jeremy. I hope you really enjoyed watching that clip here today. What you're looking at in front of you right there, that's 1000xstocks.com. That's my advanced software that I've been working in the background creating for a long time. This software is so much more advanced than what others are presenting out there in the market. And as somebody that's been in the market 15 years, I want to create something that was simple, that had exactly everything I needed to make my judgments on companies, such as forward P ratios, 2-year out forward P ratios, price to sales ratios, forward price to sales ratios. I wanted the ability to be able to compare different companies versus each other. I wanted to be able to compare a Meta versus a Google versus an Apple and be able to see all those different metrics laid out all next to each other. I wanted a service that I could listen to conference calls right through and even be able to toggle and adjust the speed I wanted to listen to those conference calls. I wanted a service that I could search SEC filings right through. I wanted wanted the ability to do that all in one service, and that is exactly what I've created with 1000xstocks.com. If you want to apply for access to this, go to the description area of this video. You can click that link and go ahead and apply for access to this. If you don't want to do that, you can go to 1000xstocks.com. Enjoy. Look at the gap operating income loss. No, this is important because this is before you get to all the interest income. So Palantir is bringing in a ton of interest income right now because they got a massive cash load. That cash load is in treasuries, okay? And so essentially, Palantir is in a situation where they're able to bring in massive amounts of interest income. But when you're talking about operating income, this is before you get to that line item. So it's extremely important, okay? GAAP operating income went from a $17, almost $18 million GAAP net, on a GAAP operating loss, Q4 2022. Then we brought it up to $4 million, then $10 million in the plus, then $40 million in the plus, $65 million in the plus, $80 million in the plus, $105 million in the plus. Because with Palantir, it used to be like, oh, they're a money-losing company, they're never going to be able to make money. Then when Palantir started making money on the bottom line, you know what they said after that? The bears in regards to stock? They said, you know what? They're just making all that money from interest income. They'll never be able to make a GAAP operating profit. No way. And then they flipped over to GAAP operating profit. And then people are like, oh, it's a really small number. It's going to go right back negative again. And then it went bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And now the bears are out of ammo because they really don't have anything to say, right? They really don't have anything to say. They don't. Rule of 40, oh, baby. Yeah, this is really... A lot of people look at this rule of 40 as very important for software companies. So 64%, the bottom line is just understand the rule of 40. When that number keeps going up and up and up, that's a very good thing. Very good thing. Woo, baby. Hold on. Listen, are you guys happy? Chat. Are you happy? Are you happy? Let me know if you're happy. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Commercial revenue growth, 33%. U.S. commercial revenue growth, 55% up. Government revenue growth up, 23%. This has been a lagging business, a government business. Oh, yeah, chat. We're happy, baby. We're happy. Oh, yeah. Put some carps in the chat. Put some carps in the chat if you're happy. If you're getting your flapjacks flipped the good way, put some flapjacks in the chat. Woo! Government revenue growth, 23%. That business coming back strong. U.S. government revenue growth, 24% up. Total revenue growth, 27%. Guys, listen. You know what's going to happen now? People are going to start talking about the thing that they thought could never, ever be a subject in regards to Palantir again. And that subject is 30% revenue growth. This is something Alex Karp used to talk about. Oh, 30% revenue growth, that's what we're expecting to grow. Then 2022 happened, right? And you had, obviously, the huge crash that happened and everything that went along with that. Fed raised rates. And then basically over the past year or two, everybody removed 30% revenue growth as ever a possibility for Palantir again, okay? They said, no way that company's ever going to grow revenue 30%. No freaking way, right? Well, we're getting close. We're getting very close. 27% revenue growth now, right? 27% revenue growth. So now we're flirting with going to a 30 number. So now the subject's going to start again. Could Palantir get back to the numbers Alex Karp used to talk about of 30% revenue growth? And think about this. This is in a bad environment for a lot of businesses. I would say most businesses, not a good environment. They're putting up this number. Like, I don't know what that was, but that was cool, okay? Oh, somebody gifted subs. That's very generous. Drew, you're a very generous man. Very generous. Oh my gosh, boy named Sue, that person, they did 70? That must have been when they did the carp thing, right? That must have been when they did that. That was insane, by the way. So subject going to start again. By the way, if you're not subscribed here, make sure you subscribe right now. It's like a few bucks to do it, and then Twitch won't show you ads on this. If you got Amazon Prime, you get a free subscription. So do that, and then you won't see ads here on the channel, I think, for the entire month, which is pretty sick. If we look here, this is total revenue growth, excluding strategic commercial contracts. Is that a 30% number? Is that a 30% number? I think it is. Wow. I'm telling you guys, it's going to start. It's going to start. People are going to start talking about Palantir as a 30% revenue grower again. And that completely changed the subject in regards to Palantir. As when this company went from a money loser to a money maker, the subject everybody completely flipped in regards to the feeling about Palantir, right? Oh, I can't wait to go back to comments. In yesterday's Palantir video on the main channel, I put out that Palantir video on the main channel. Everybody's like, I don't say everybody, but there was a lot of people who were like, dream on, that stock's going to crash. Somebody was like, oh, their revenue growth is only going to be 13%. There was so many people so negative. I'm like, okay, like, y'all just saying whatever you want to say. You're just tripping, but okay. Oh, I can't wait to freaking go back to those comments. Oh, I can't wait. We continue to invest aggressively in AIP and the U.S. while driving operating leverage at scale. That's the other thing. The international side of Palantir's business is very weak. A lot of these European companies are very slow to move, okay, to anything AI related, to anything Palantir related, even though Palantir is best of breed products. Keep in mind, at some point, Europe's going to, in these European companies and these European government agencies, they're going to have to start using products like Palantir. They can't wait forever. And so that's a story we don't even have playing out yet that will be playing out in the future. And so don't be surprised if in a year, 2 years, 3 years from now, we start seeing the international business explode to the upside. Because I know a lot of these European companies don't want to jump on the Palantir bandwagon, a lot of government agencies, but they're going to have no choice. The longer you stay out of this, the more you're going to fall behind. So it's either you get in or you stay on the sideline and you're going to be wishing you got in, right? U.S. commercial customer count, 83% growth. Customer count in general, 41% growth year over year. So see this? The U.S. is way ahead. But why? The U.S. moves a lot faster. U.S. companies move a lot faster. They adopt new technologies a lot faster than European companies. It's just the way it is. And so there's going to be a catch-up, though. That'll eventually happen. These European companies eventually are going to have to come to the realization they're either going to use Palantir and make themselves more money, save their business more money, or they're going to stay on the sideline and wish they did, right? 96 deals of at least $1 million. 33 deals of at least $5 million in the quarter. 27 deals were at least $10 million in the quarter. We're about to have this conference call start. You don't want to miss a minute of this conference call. It's going to be very important conference call here, folks. So get ready to rock and roll.
Good afternoon. I'm Anna Saro from Palantir's finance team, and I'd like to welcome you to our second quarter 2024 earnings call.
Net dollar retention was 114%,
Oh.
an increase of 300 basis points from last quarter. The increase was driven both by expansions at existing customers and new customers acquired in Q2 of last year.
Net dollar retention, one of the most important metrics most people look at for a SaaS-ish related company like a Palantir. So when you see net dollar retention going up for a company like Palantir, it's very, very good news for the fundamentals of the company.
Of 26% year over year and 5% sequentially, and $1.4 billion in remaining performance obligations, an increase of 41% year over year and 5% sequentially.
Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes Q&A for today's call.
I thought the most interesting part of the call, though, was right there at the end, because that was basically Alex Karp saying it without saying it, that leaders of Western countries are basically asking Palantir how to get ready for World War III. That's basically what that was. If you listen to that last 3 minutes or 4 minutes there of Alex Karp talking, like basically the gist of it is like countries want to gear up their manufacturing to prepare for a potential World War III, right? And scary. I would say that, but yeah, that's interesting, right? And it goes into what Alex Karp's been talking about for the last several years of going into a much more dangerous world, in a world filled with a lot more conflicts between countries, right? And that's honestly what he's been talking about since, he really started getting a lot of publicity and a lot of interviews in kind of 2020, 2021. He talked about that extensively, right? And then right after that, we saw Russia-Ukraine happen, right? Now we see all the issues going on in the Middle East, right? We've got potential between Taiwan and China there, right? So there's a lot that's out there that is looking to get worse. And so Palantir is obviously somebody that can help. If you think about Palantir's core of their business originally, like why do I invest in Palantir? It's because of the commercial opportunity, right? Because that's just so crazy big. But the core of the business before they got to this commercial opportunity was really around defense, right? It was really around the military. And so they're the ones you really look at for that. So, it's kind of like one of those things that it's like, eh. But, in terms of stock, I mean, my opinion is probably 27, 29 tomorrow. Unless the market's really bad again. If the market's really bad, then, it won't even be in that 27 to 29 range. But if it's a good day for the market, we have a bounce back day. I'm expecting probably 27, 29. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really make a difference. But what does make a difference is Palantir being a little more profitable than folks expected, which then in turn means what? The forward P in Palantir could be lower than what we think it is. So 74 forward P. So it looks really high, right? Keep in mind the company just came with a more profitable quarter than analysts had expected. They're probably going to come in next quarter with another more profitable quarter than analysts expect. So the reality is you look at the stock and you're like, ooh, it's expensive, 74p. It's probably lower than that. I would say it's probably right here. It's probably 60-ish, somewhere between there, 60, 65. And so that's likely the reality of where things are at there, right? And then if you go to 2025, you're probably more in the 40 to 50 range, is my opinion. And 40 to 50, because keep in mind that basically has them only doing 10 cents of EPS per quarter. I'm going to go out on a limb and say they're going to be at 10 cents next quarter, right? So if they're at 10 cents or more next quarter, like 10 cents is cake next year, right? Which puts us, if they're going to do 12 cents to 15 cents a quarter EPS, then you're at forward P in the 40s or 50s, right? And so that's probably the reality for 2025. And so Palantir, I think, is a cheaper stock than it looks on face value. That's a little something to keep in mind. We'll see. We'll see where it all shakes out at. But, it's kind of my 2 cents in regards to that, which is pretty darn exciting.